What's going on, guys? Anthony here. I go by OBVape Kenobi on Instagram. Today I'm going to show you how I do my small Clapton wires. I've been doing a lot of builds recently with these really small Clapton wires, and I get the questions all the time on how I do it, what's my method. So today I'm going to fill you guys in on what I do, what makes it easier for me. First things first, a snap off of a snap swivel. Cut the swivel off. I use this as my insert for my drill. This holds the wire so it doesn't get bound up in the chuck and doesn't snap in the chuck. Makes it a lot easier. I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to show you how I put it in my drill, and then I'll show you how I prep my wire that I'm going to use for the core. I work in a shop, so I may get cut off for a second if a customer comes in, but I'm going to try and get this done as fast as possible to show you guys my method. So the drill I use is the Drill Master. I got it from Harbor Freight. They go for like $19 or $20. Has a little lock on the handle, so you can start the drill and let go. The one that I got has variable speed control on it, so I can control the speed. I leave it most of the time fully, so I figure when I lock it, it's at about 2,000 RPMs. It is a 3,000 RPM drill. So just loosen the chuck up enough and slide the snap right into it so it's centered. To make sure it's centered, I just spin it a couple times. Make sure it's spinning perfectly centered. Now I'll show you how I set up the wire, and we'll go from there. So I take whatever I'm using for my core wire. Today I'm going to use 38 gauge. I cut off about a 3-foot section, give or take. I grab it on one end, fold over about 1.5 inches, and then fold it over on itself again to create a loop. And then I hold that loop and twist it tight. I repeat this method on both ends of the core because the swivel I use also has a snap on it like that, a little bit bigger. I'll show you after I'm done with this. But you just make a loop with it and spin it tight. Now with the loops and spinning it the way that I do, if your swivel does catch and bind up, all it's going to do is tighten this twist. It's not going to snap your core, which has saved me a lot of times. So I'll hook it onto my snap on this side, and here's my other end. Same setup. I'll hook it in, and I'll slide my drill to get it tight. Now I'm just going to adjust the camera so you could see it a little better. I'll come around, fix it on the back side. So I'm using my rear camera on my phone right now, so I'm sorry if anything was messed up in showing you how I made the loops and all that. I put my wide angle lens on so you can get a better view of what I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm going to use 48 gauge from Kidney Puncher. I just got this in the mail today. The build I did with it today was the first one I've ever done with 48 gauge. And this Kidney Puncher wire is extremely impressive. It didn't snap on me once. I've used the Twisted Messes 46 gauge for a while now, and that tends to break on me a lot when I'm using it. Right now I'm just grabbing the end of my wire with my ceramic tweezers, and I'm going to wrap it right around the twisted end of my core wire. Couple wraps just to lock it into place. It's really tricky with this super small wire. I'll wrap it around the snap a couple times. And this is the hardest part of the entire Clapton process with this little stuff, is getting it secured. Alright, once you get it secured, I get my drill, go in the direction I want it. I get whatever wire is wrapped around as much out of the way as possible. You want to make sure your swivel's spinning when this whole thing goes. As soon as you give it enough power, it should just start spinning on its own. If not, loosen up a little bit of the tension, and the swivel should start spinning, and then you can add the tension back to it as you lock the drill. And now I just hold the wire. I hold the spool real loosely and just let it feed right off of the spool. Doing it like this, I could take vape breaks. And have nothing to worry about. Every once in a while, when the wire starts loosening up, just put a little tension on the drill. For a section this long, with this drill, it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to fully Clapton the entire section. I'm just going to do a small portion just so you guys can see how it's done. When you're done, press the button, the lock comes off, and you can snip your wire. I'll throw the macro lens on, try and get as good of a shot as I can. That's my lethal 188 box mod. I just traded my Sith for it. Just as much of a beast. And I can't get too close with it, but as you can see, with the right tension on the core and the wrap wire, it wraps super clean all the way down from the beginning to the end. I always wrap up the beginning loops just to give a little more tension to it and prevent the wire from snapping. Let me pull the macro off. But thanks for watching. I hope this helps some people out, and hopefully if somebody asks you this question, you guys can point them in the way of this video. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day.